It's time for the final word here on Any Given Thursday. Of course, the Chiefs Report as well is presented by Magic Spoon. Chiefs fans, go to magicspoon.com/Chiefs. Get the highest protein cereal that is also delicious. Chase and I didn't have time to eat lunch today, so we just crushed a bowl, and we have all the energy, all the nutrition that we need to do this long show on every Thursday. It's magicspoon.com/Chiefs. That link will get you $5 off. All right, Harrison Graham and Chase Sr. here on AGT. Chase, this is very interesting. Are the Chiefs done? Well, Stephen A. Smith goes on First Take this week and says that the season's over. At 2-3, 5 weeks in, they're done. After a 2-3 start, after a struggling start to the year from the defense and a turnover-prone offense, he says it's all over despite 3 straight AFC title appearances, 2 straight Super Bowl appearances, and a Super Bowl championship a couple of years ago. 5 games in, he's punting. This year is done. Thoughts?
I think it's crazy. Now, look, the Chiefs have gotten off to a pretty bad start.
Yeah,
as
they
you
have
mentioned,
issues.
they're 2-3. This offense doesn't look the same. It feels as though they're way too reliant on Patrick Mahomes to do too much. They're waiting for him to just create back there and put forward a miracle. And this defense under Steve Spagnuolo has been bad. And I don't know if it's Spagnuolo as the problem as much as it is I just think they don't have the personnel for his scheme. There's no question that the Chiefs are off to a horrendous start. They've looked bad in all phases. Are they done, though? It's way too early to say that.
Stephen A. makes some good points in this quote, but he goes too far. Here's what he had to say. The Chiefs are done. Let me say it right now. They're going to the postseason because of Patrick Mahomes, sure, but the defense is trash. They can't stop a cold. They're awful. What you're seeing is Patrick Mahomes trying to play hero ball because they can't stop anybody. Now, that last part I kind of agree with. Now, Mahomes was asked about this week, and first of all, I'll just say this. It's way too early to declare them done. They're 2-3. They're not 0-5. There's plenty of football to be left. Mahomes was asked, are you trying to do too much? Are you trying to press because the defense is struggling? He said, no, absolutely not. We try to score on every drive, which that's the PC answer to say as a leader of the football team. I would be disappointed if he did say, yeah, the defense sucks, so I'm trying to do too much. You can't say that as a leader. But I think they are pressing a little offensively when you see Josh Allen throw touchdown after touchdown after touchdown. But to say they're done, it's over
after 5 games.
The 3-time AFC Championship defending team, they're done? That's outrageous. We'll ask you guys thoughts. We'll make this the pinned comment on today's video. Are the Chiefs done? Is this season cooked? I mean, should we just pack it up? Type Y for yes, type in for no. If you get hit with the YouTube ad break, scroll on down to the pinned comment, and you can answer right there.
So I said this earlier, and this is coming from a guy who got to see Andy Reid coach my hometown team for 14 years, right? And Andy Reid, growing up for me, I got to see the Eagles play in 5 NFC Championship games, a Super Bowl. He's one of the best offensive masterminds that we've ever seen in the history of the NFL. He's been revolutionary with the way that he has implemented his offenses into his teams. But over time, with the Eagles, now you're seeing this with KC, sometimes because he runs a loose ship, a loose locker room. He likes to cater to his players. The team can underperform, and I think that's what you're seeing with KC right now. And I think that they've been living on a high for a little while of making it and winning, 3 straight AFC Championship games. They've been to back-to-back Super Bowls. It should have been 3 in a row, and they just haven't taken this season seriously enough. And this offense has been bad. As I mentioned, I mean, they're way too reliant on the big play from Patrick Mahomes. Harrison, you know this. How many times do you see Mahomes just scrambling around in the pocket trying to find something deep? Tyreek Hill not having the same season. Either is Travis Kelce. And this defense has just been brutal. But when you look at their first 5 games, this is a pretty difficult schedule. I mean, they start off with the Browns. Arguably, they should have lost that game. Ravens, tough game. Chargers, very good team. Eagles, that was a hard-fought matchup in Philadelphia. And then I think the Bills are the best team in the AFC. So very tough sledding in the first 5. But here's the deal with Stephen A. It's only 5 games. There are still a lot of games left.
Yeah, no doubt about that. I've got more thoughts on this as well. But like we told you guys, Magic Spoon, it's the best cereal on the market. You're not going to find cereal that is this delicious and this healthy for you anywhere else. So go to magicspoon.com/Chiefs. 13 grams of protein per serving, just 4 grams of net carbs compared to usually about 30 grams of net carbs per servings for normal cereals. 0 grams of sugar. Yes, that is not fake news. It is 0 grams of sugar. Get $5 off. Try their different flavors. They use natural flavors. It's gluten-free, keto-friendly, so if you're on a diet, this cereal is not going to screw that up. MagicSpoon.com/Chiefs. Get $5 off your first order. So the Chiefs have obviously struggled. Chase makes a lot of good points. Now, I won't say the offense has struggled to the degree that Chase previously mentioned, but the turnovers have been a problem. They're tied for most in the NFL with 11. That's been the major issue. They've moved the ball, but they're turning it over way too much. The defense is a disaster. Now, if the defense doesn't pick it up in the next couple of weeks, I think it's possible that they could fire Steve Spagnuolo midseason to try and create a spark. You obviously would rather not do that, but desperate times. Say you're 3-5 at the 8-week mark, then you got to do something to try to spark this team. But I can't sit here and listen to Stephen A. say they're done, the season's over 5 weeks in. If they were 0-5, okay, yeah, that's a different deal. But they're 2-3, and they lost one game by 1 point on Sunday Night Football against the Ravens in a game that they were up 11 entering the fourth quarter. And then also they lost a game to the Chargers when they lost the turnover battle 4-0. They lost the game by 6 points. Like, they clean that stuff up, they could easily be 4-1. Now you look at the upcoming schedule here. There's opportunities. At Washington, that's a game they should win, even though it's on the road. At Tennessee, same deal. Titans are capable. They can score some points, but I do think Kansas City should and will be favored in that game. Come home against the Giants. That's probably the easiest game on the schedule. Packers at home the week after that. That's obviously going to be a tough matchup. And then at the Raiders in Week 10. I look at these next 3 weeks, though. You can get back to 5-3 pretty easily if you play clean, crisp football. So obviously, schedule's been tough. It's a tough schedule overall, but this is an opportunity to string together some wins. Now, I do want to mention this. Thomas Mott of Philadelphia Eagles Now was talking shit to me earlier this week. Oh, we passed the Chiefs report. Well, I had passed him earlier this week, and now we got to catch up again. Guys, we can't lose to Philadelphia Eagles Now. I'm asking a favor. Subscribe to the channel. You see the link below. It's youtube.com/ChiefsTV. Trying to beat him to 21,000 subs. He's about 100 ahead of me right now. We got to beat him to 21K. So hit that subscribe button, and let's get there as soon as possible. Plus, if we beat Thomas, we can do more videos in the future. All right, Chase, so you look at the AFC West. Now, is it possible that they're done in the division? Yeah, that's possible. Like, if they lose another game here, then the Chargers win another. You're down 3 games. That's going to be hard to overcome.
Yeah.
That's a different story. If Stephen A. had said the AFC West, they're out of the mix there, I'd be like, okay, I'm not quite there yet, but that is a little bit more understandable and at least believable.
Yeah, no question. And I think because of the Chiefs' pedigree, because of the coaching, because of the premier talent, because you have one of the greatest coaches of all time in Andy Reid, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time in Patrick Mahomes, a turnaround is going to come. And what I said earlier, I wanted to preface all of that to then lead into this point, because I'm confident that Kansas City can turn it around. Because while Andy Reid teams at points in a season have failed to reach expectations, and they've been frustrating because he does like to keep it loose, and maybe the pressure isn't always on for them to succeed. Late in the year, Harrison, they tend to play some very, very good football. And oftentimes that's what some of the best teams do. So I'm confident that the Chiefs can turn it around. They're so good. There's no reason why they should just be in the tank right now and be playing as poorly as they are. The good news is this is a 17-game regular season schedule. There is a long sample size and plenty of opportunities to turn this thing around.
A lot of football left. I will concede this. Through 5 weeks, the Chargers are the team to beat in the AFC West. They could easily be 5-0. They should have beat the Dallas Cowboys. They didn't win that game. I'm okay with admitting that right now. But to Chase's point, there's a lot of time left. That can change. The Chiefs have another matchup with the Chargers later on in the season. They've got both their matchups with Denver and Las Vegas, a lot of divisional games, and that's very important when you try to catch up in the division standings after you get off to a slow start like Kansas City has. So don't panic. Is it a bad start? Yes. Is it disappointing? Yeah. Should you be frustrated? Yeah, you probably should. But we're not going to punt on this season 5 weeks in just because Stephen A. says it's over. Got to clean up the things defensively. I would simplify things. Make it simple. I'd go to Juan Thornhill at safety, bench Dan Sorensen, and let's go play some football. And then I fully expect Patrick Mahomes and the offense to clean up the turnovers. So we'll ask you guys this. Who will win the AFC West? Type LAC for the Chargers, type DEN for the Denver Broncos, type LV for the Las Vegas Raiders, and type KC for the Kansas City Chiefs. Who you got in this division? LAC, DEN, LV, or give us a KC.